Thanks for doing this. Just how would you judge your game against Florida? It seemed like you had a really good time backing up Kevin there. How would you judge your game there and your progress through this season?
I think I'm so down. I think I've done well this season for the most part. I try to take advantage of every rep I'm out there, and I could say I could have played a lot better in a lot of phases of the game. Had a critical error, but I tried to bounce back. Give it everything I got to help us win the game.
Ben Briner.
During the preseason, you guys talked a lot about how different this running game would look. How do you feel like the running game overall is kind of working and fitting, through these first two games?
Obviously, the first couple games we've had success running the football, and I think Coach Bobo's and the whole offensive staff is doing a great job with coming up with plays and different variations just to run the football. And we've been really successful these last couple games with it. So, I think we should just keep doing what we're doing.
Mike Uba.
Deshaun, I know a lot of people probably outside that locker room look at those last two games and they don't think you guys are as close as probably you guys, feel like you guys are. What do you think is holding you back, especially those first two games, and what do you think you guys can do differently to be able to get the season turned around starting this weekend?
I think one thing that's going to help us win games because, there's, like Coach Muschamp says, it comes down to a couple plays, and you don't know when those couple plays are going to be. But at the end of the day, it just comes down to executing. Everyone doing their job, all 11 guys on the field. If we all execute, then we should have a positive outcome.
Colin Taylor.
Yeah, Sean, after kind of going through your struggles your first 2 years here, just how good does it feel to be able to get consistent carries at least through two games and have some success on the field?
It's nice. I'm not going to lie. It's really nice. I worked hard, all summer. When we came back, worked hard through in the COVID training camp. And, and I'm not going to say I deserve it, but I feel like I put myself in a position to be able to take those carries and, back up Kevin.
Hale.
So I'm going back to what you're saying about the different variations of plays and such. How exciting is it for you guys as running backs knowing that y'all are going to do a lot of different things in the run game and mix it up and be pretty diverse from what best I can tell?
To be honest with you, it's really exciting, especially for me being a running back. I tell people all the time, I think the funnest position on the field is either running back or DN. And just because running back, you react to what other people are doing. And, and like I said, Coach Bobo and staff are coming up with great plays to get us in open space and get us in one-on-one situations to where we can make plays and, showcase our ability.
And it seems like there's some carryover with some of the stuff y'all had success doing last year. How much of what y'all are doing is new versus some carryover from the past?
It probably goes by weekly. I can't really say because I'm not really in the meetings. I just, just show up to practice and do what I'm supposed to do. But I'm sure there's a lot of carryover, or if not, a little bit.
Eric Boynton.
Yeah, what's kind of been the biggest differences and the biggest things that have maybe stayed the same as far as playing games this year with the COVID-19 and the fewer fans in the stands, Deshaun?
At the beginning of the training camp, Coach Muschamp said the most disciplined teams will win this league, especially with this COVID year. And I think it's just about when we're at away games, we're just comforting our teammates, cheering them on because no one else is in the stands. So just being there for your teammates and really encouraging them, getting momentum going and stuff like that.
Was it kind of an odd feeling to be in a place like the Swamp Saturday that's normally just wild and crazy and only having 15,000 or so folks there?
Yeah, it was. I'm not gonna lie, it was. But like you said, we gotta bring our own energy, bring our own juice. It kind of helps us as an offense. There's not a 60, 70,000 people screaming at you.
Michael Lanana.
Deshaun, when Kevin Harris has talked with us, it seems like he's been a little bit maybe on the quieter side. I was curious, just what is his personality like and what your relationship is like with him, and what has it been like just to see the success that he's had so far this year as his teammate?
Man, being in the same running back room with Kevin has also been amazing, you know. Just seeing what he did, what he's doing. Before the game, I came up to him, I was like, bro, you were running that thing today. Like, and I just love to see his progress, especially him coming off his injury and stuff like that. Just to see him, you know, get back and being healthy and, you know, just running the football. Personality, Kevin's a cool guy. Like, he's just you feel me? He's just a cool guy. You got to talk to Kevin. You got to get him to talk, you know.
Ben Brainer.
Deshaun, do your parents usually travel for games? And if they do, how long has it been since they haven't been in the building watching you like they probably will this week with no parents coming in for Vanderbilt?
My parents don't. My uncle usually comes to the games. He travels the most. When I go, you know, further south, that's when my family comes up. And when I go north, I have more family that comes up. But, you know, like I said, most home games, it's just my uncle. So it really doesn't affect me that much. I'm not going to lie. You know, at the end of the day, I'm playing for my teammates playing for my boys. You know, it just really doesn't affect me that much.
Rick Henry.
The first two games, you guys were underdogs. Now you're going to be the favorite. Has there been any talk among the guys that, hey, if we let this one slip away, it's going to be that much more difficult to have a winning season or even a break-even season?
Not really, because we always go into every game expecting we're going to win, regardless of who has us, you know, losing or winning, regardless. We know as a team how good we are, and we just know we have to go out and execute. And to execute, we'll win games, regardless.
Colin Taylor.
Vanderbilt's defensive coordinator this year was at App State last year. Just curious, what have you seen from Vanderbilt defensively, and what do you remember about that App State defense last year when y'all played them?
So that App State defense, when we were doing our pin and pull schemes, they were kicking guys to the front side and overloading us to the front side. I'm not sure if we made the adjustment in game. I think we did make the adjustment in game. But now what I'm seeing from Vanderbilt, they're going to like Coach said he was at, where was he at? He was somewhere in 2010, and that's the same defense that he's running now. So you got to kind of go back and study that defense instead of studying the App State defense.
Wes Mitchell.
Deshaun, I know you were talking about Coach getting y'all involved in new running plays, but it also seems like y'all been very involved in the passing game so far. What's it been like as Bobo has sort of gotten you guys in space in the passing game, and do you sort of enjoy that aspect of this offense?
I enjoy it personally because I tell the guys in the room all the time, I think I got the best hands in the running back room, so I tell them that all the time. And it's good to see Coach Bobo get us out in space just to show that we're all around backs and we can do everything from blocking to catching the ball out of the backfield to running between the tackles. And, you know, that's exciting, and I'm sure people like watching that.
Dick Hicks.
What is the mentality this year in knowing that every game is an SEC game? You don't have any breaks with a non-conference game, and you really got to strap it on and got a war every Saturday.
Like you said, you got to strap it on, man. You got to put your man pants on, you know, be ready every single Saturday, know it's going to be a dogfight. Like Coach Muschamp said, it's going to come down to the fourth quarter almost every game just because of the league we're playing in. So you got to be ready.
Last question goes to Eric Boynton.
Yeah, Deshaun, how much talk is there among the offense about the lack of big plays over the first two games? I mean, even when you guys are going 45-yard, scoring drives, they're taking double-digit plays, and of course you had the 18-play drive that ran off a bunch of clock at the end of last week's game. I mean, how much of a concern is that, the lack of big plays so far?
It's not really a concern. Like I said, we just got to execute. That's really all I'm gonna say.
All right, thank you, Deshaun.
Thank you, guys.